Hi everyone, I'm Camille Howard, Artistic Director of the Lucille Lortel Theater's 2021 New York City Public High School Playwriting Fellowship Program and the Director of tonight's program. I am beyond excited to introduce 6 remarkable new one-act plays by 6 exceptionally talented high school students. During the last few months, I have had the pleasure to meet each student to discuss and help develop their work. And these students have received extraordinary access to some pretty awesome New York City professional playwrights for mentoring. They've been working tirelessly on their plays, and I've seen them thrive both as people and playwrights. As the theater world continues to work towards reopening live performances, we are thrilled to bring you this year's presentation online. We are creating digital art using equipment and high-speed internet that is not available in many rural and indigenous communities. These technologies, which are central to our daily lives, also have significant carbon footprints, contributing to changing climates that disproportionately affect Indigenous people. We recognize that while we are gathered in the virtual space, together we sit on Indigenous land, which was stolen from these Indigenous people by European settlers. Please join us in acknowledging this history and our shared responsibilities to make good of our time together, and for each of us to consider our roles in reconciliation, decolonization, and allyship. I want to thank Peter Avery, Director of Theater for the New York City Department of Education, George Forbes, Executive Director of the Lucille Lortel Theater, Raheem Brown, our brilliant editor, Jeffrey Schubart, and the rest of the staff of the Lucille Lortel Theater for their collaboration on this project. It has been an honor and absolute joy. To my phenomenal cast, I am so grateful for every moment we got to work together on this project. Thank you for your amazing energy, hard work, and flexibility in bringing these plays to light. Your artistry and beauty shine in these performances. And to the fellows, Annalicia, Sarah, Mimi, Nicholas, Katie, and Flannery, thank you for sharing your unique voices. It was such a delight working on your plays, so I hope that each of you will continue to write, continue working hard, and continue exploring and refining your voice. You are the next generation of playwrights. You are the future, and the future is bright.
Bravo to our select and dynamic New York City Public High School Fellowship playwrights from across our city, each with a distinctive point of view that needs to be heard. Hello, I'm Peter Avery. I'm the Director of Theater for the New York City Department of Education. And I want to congratulate this year's writers and thank the Lucille Lortel Theater's vision for encouraging our New York City high school students of all abilities and from across every borough from our great city to share their creative voices through playwriting. What a gift it has been for these students to work with their playwright mentors and then to experience their work staged and realized by professional directors and actors in this unique way. This year has revealed our vulnerabilities, but has also proven our resilience and the power of story. Stories that we tell, stories that we hear that ground us, that give us pause, that uplift us, whether we're isolated or freely moving among others. And I have to say, the future of theatrical playwriting could not be brighter. Just take a look at these students' work. A special thank you to George Forbes, the entire staff and board of directors at the Lucille Lortel Foundation for their commitment to produce this work virtually, and for supporting our New York City students to share their stories with the world and with you tonight. Enjoy.
My name is Mona Mansour.
Hi, I'm Flannery and I wrote a funeral story.
One of the things I love about the play is that Flannery took a very kind of iconic setting.
We were working on these 10-minute plays for my playwriting class, and my sister brought up, oh, maybe a funeral, and I really liked that idea, and I wanted to do a twist on it.
There is a twist, and so I just love that there was sort of a darkness to it, as well as a sincerity, and then a sense of absurdity.
Seeing my mentor's perspective of the play that I wouldn't have seen before helped me write a better play.
Her rewrite was very much on point. She kind of expanded on the physical life of the characters.
Well, this experience has taught me that I have a new talent, and I'll write plays for fun in the future.
And I can't wait to read more of what Flannery writes.
A Funeral Story by Flannery Patterino. It's a dark, cloudy day as two inseparable best friends, Tate and Emerson, step into a funeral home. They are here for their friend Blair, who passed away unexpectedly. As they walk in the room, they see a coffin. Besides that, they see a lot of different colored stuffed cats around the room, along with candles, sunflowers, and daisies.
Wow. This must be it.
I guess so. Blair did like cats.
There are so many of them.
Who even knew there were this many cats out there?
They aren't real, right?
Yes, they are real. They killed real cats and had them stuffed just for Blair.
Ha ha ha. No sarcasm, please. I'm just checking.
Just trying to lighten the mood.
Did you hear how she died?
I heard a bunch of rumors, not sure which one is true.
Yeah, me too. It's crazy.
I heard she fell over and drowned after trying to kiss a reflection of the moon she saw in the lake near her house.
How does that even work? Was she on a boat or something? Was she... Sorry.
That would not be possible. She couldn't kiss the lake from a boat. She would have to be standing near the water's edge.
Then she was probably drunk. But that's not the rumor I heard. The one that I heard was even weirder. I heard she adopted a tiger and it ate her.
Oh, God. She did like cats.
Yeah, but sounds like someone watched too much Tiger King.
Most likely, it's a simpler death.
Someone else did say it might have been a car accident.
Our English professor thought it was an overdose.
Maybe the family doesn't want to say.
Yeah, maybe. Any of them here?
Not sure. Hard to see with all these cats everywhere.
I only met her parents once.
I think I might have seen her dad when I came in. He seems, intimidating though, so I'm gonna wait to say hi.
I think we have to say more than hi.
Well, you start the conversation by saying hi, and then they say hi back, and then you say, I'm sorry about your daughter.
Maybe I should do all the talking.
Fine by me, you are the writer.
Have you ever been to a lake before? I think I've been to one when I was 6 for my grandfather, but I don't remember anything.
I haven't. I don't know what I was expecting for my first wake, but it definitely wasn't, this.
We could have decorated this place better. You could have done a sculpture of her as a centerpiece.
Hard to do a sculpture like that in just a few days.
Well, a painting then. The point is, I don't think Blair would have liked all of this.
It does make her seem like an old cat lady.
There should be glitter and LED lights.
I don't know about LED lights. It is a funeral.
If you can have candles at a funeral, you can have LED lights. Remember how much Blair loved changing the colors of her LEDs with her remotes?
Yeah, it was like the inside of a mood ring when you visited her place.
If this is what they think she would have wanted, they didn't know her at all.
They did seem in a rush to do the funeral, but they should have taken more time to make it like Blair would have wanted it.
They should have asked us for help, or some of her other friends.
Facts. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, it has been almost a year. We didn't have any classes together last semester, and I didn't see her last summer. And
Wish we didn't fall out. I thought we would see her again.
yeah, I mean, we are only juniors. Thought we'd graduate together.
Didn't get a chance to go to Vegas to celebrate her 21st birthday, like we planned.
I know. Plenty of LED lights in Vegas. Blair was so much fun.
Every day was like a party for Blair.
Exactly. This place should have balloons, no cats.
Did she even own a cat?
Don't you remember Simba?
Oh, yeah. But it was just the one cat, right?
She had a few others.
She did?
They kept dying on her. She would forget to feed them. I don't remember their names. One of them looked like Garfield.
Wow. That is something I did not know about Blair. Doesn't sound like she should have owned cats.
She was a free spirit. She loved life, hated responsibility.
Yeah. We had a good time together. Watching Dance Mom clips on YouTube.
Ugh, yes, while baking double chocolate chip cookies and sipping bubble tea.
Remember arguing about which bubble tea flavor was the best?
Yes, I still think that passion fruit is the best, and your love for avocado is wrong.
Agreed to disagree. Blair only drank mango.
She was obsessed with mango.
We should get mango tea after the funeral, in her honor.
We should. A toast to Blair.
Yes. A toast to Blair, who would have been a great... What was her major again?
Marketing. She was going to be a social media consultant.
She would have been great at that.
She was great at creating buzz.
She knew how to throw a party together very quickly.
And they were always the best parties ever.
She snapped me about a party in the fall. I had a project due and I couldn't go. Wish I did, though.
I didn't make it either. I feel bad.
I saw the post afterwards. It was packed.
Where are those people now? Do you recognize anyone here?
I haven't seen anyone I know yet, but it's a good turnout.
Not many people our age, though. Blair deserves better.
Period.
I think we should have a memorial for her at the college.
Well, we could do that. I bet we could get a lot of friends together.
Yeah, but it's weird that we haven't seen any of them here, right?
True. Some people avoid funerals, though. The coffin and all.
Yeah, some people think it gives you bad luck.
I'm not too comfortable with it either, but I wanted to come.
Same. Should we go to the coffin together?
Why not? We have to kneel, right?
I think so. Looks like there's enough room for the two of us.
I can't see Blair in the coffin from here.
Me either, but I have bad eyesight, so who knows?
Well, looks like no one is waiting right now. Should we do it?
No time like the present, I guess.
Let's make a run for it.
I hope you're joking.
Shall we?
We shall.
They slowly walk up to the coffin together.
You know, this is gonna be the last time we're gonna say goodbye to Blair.
I know. I just wish I could speak to her one last time. What should we even say?
We'll thank her for all that she's done for us. And we'll tell her that she'll be in our hearts, no matter what.
Of course, I know she'll be looking out for us.
They are right next to the coffin. They kneel in front of the coffin.
That is definitely not Blair.
That's a cat.
Everyone in the room starts to look at them, but Emerson and Tate try to act like nothing's wrong.
A cat in a hat and jacket? So many sequins.
Why is she in such a big coffin? She is so tiny.
This is so messed up.
I didn't know there was a wake for cats.
What kind of people would put together such a fancy funeral for a cat?
Rich people. The plaque on her coffin says her name was Katy Perry.
I can't believe I'm kneeling in front of a dead cat.
Well, at least the decorations make more sense now.
And that's why we don't know anyone here. How long do we have to stay like this?
Let's just get up now. Everybody's already giving us weird looks.
R.I.P. Katy Perry.
Amen.
They both get up and start to leave the room. As they walk out of the room, they see people crying with their heads down. As they exit, they see another room across the way.
What? Emerson, look over there.
We found it.
I had no idea there was going to be more than one funeral going on. Shall we? Again?
We shall. I told you there'd be LED lights at Blair's Lake.
Hi, my name is John Kern,
My name is Mimi Ryder,
and I was a mentor for Mimi on her play.
Metamorphosis of a Fairy. My playwriting teacher, Mr. Mack, had told the class about the fellowship, and I had entered in hopes to win the amazing opportunity of getting to work with a mentor and have my play performed.
Working with Mimi was a lot of fun. She had a very clear sense of what she wanted to accomplish with her play.
Metamorphosis of a Fairy is inspired by a drawing my friend Riley drew when we were in Matilda 6 years ago. My favorite part of the process was getting to meet with my mentor and see his views on the script and get his notes and make it better.
She is an excellent listener, very careful, clearly paying attention to everything you say. She had a very clear sense of what she wanted to accomplish with her play.
I'm not sure what the future holds for me, but right now I will continue to act and write because that's what I love to do.
Metamorphosis of a Fairy by Mimi Ryder. Scene 1. Cafeteria of high school. Caroline has just been tripped by the mean girls, Becca, Caitlin, and their friends. Caroline is on the ground, picking up her art supplies.
Oh, so graceful. What a loser. You know, the school would be so much better off without you.
Scene 2. Caroline slumps onto a bus stop bench.
I hate them. I hate Becca. I hate that I can't draw well. I hate that I don't have any friends. I hate going to school. I hate the way I look. I hate myself. Everyone hates me. No one will even know I'm gone.
Do I smell that bad?
What?
You were crying and turned away from me. Wasn't sure if I was the cause.
No, it's not you.
Whew. Are you okay?
Not really.
These are incredible.
You don't have to lie to make me feel better.
I never lie. No point in it. Your drawings are amazing. I love to draw too.
What do you draw?
Surrealism mostly. Defying logic is kind of my thing, which I do in school by failing most of my classes.
That's cool. Really committing to your art.
What, you don't commit to yours? You're not the fairy in the bubble keeping out the monsters?
I am definitely not a fairy in a bubble, and the monsters always get me. Why do you think I'm sitting at a bus stop when I should be at school?
I see. You're a fleeing fairy. I get that. I must be one too. 'Cause I'm supposed to be in school too. But I had a math test. And I'm sick of failing. So I dipped.
I'm Caroline.
Avery. What if we just take the next bus all the way until the end of its route? When we get there, we find another bus and just keep going. And we can draw and never have to show our faces in school ever again.
I don't have money for the bus. Do you?
Remember, I'm a surrealist, so you can't expect a logical answer.
Wouldn't your friends at school miss you?
They'd survive. Wouldn't your friends survive without you?
Friends? Don't have any friends. Other than my teachers, no one would even know I'm gone. Except Becca, who might miss tormenting me.
Ah, the monster to your fairy. Why does Becca torment you?
Honestly, I don't know. We used to be best friends. Inseparable, really. We called ourselves the SS's. Sprite Sisters. But in the 8th grade, things changed. She became Queen Bee. New friends, new clothes. She was invited to all the sleepovers. I became invisible to her. She forgot about me. I guess I wasn't popular girl material. By high school, I was the weird girl. And the new Becca was mean. A bully. I don't know why she stopped talking to me. When I would talk to her, she would just laugh and make fun of me. So now I just try to stick to myself, but she always finds me. It's like a game to her, finding me and humiliating me. Today she told me that school would be better off without me. And I try not to listen to her, but I'm starting to think that she might be right. I mean, who needs a weird girl who sits alone drawing? I am really just taking up space.
Well, would it help to know that my day has gotten better since you sat down on this bench? I don't think you realize the power of your bubble. You think that bubble is to keep everyone from seeing you. You think it's a cocoon to hide in. But it doesn't make you invisible. It makes you resilient. It lets the evil of the monsters bounce off and never reach you. You're a fairy. Remember, fairies are here to do good and help others. So if you are trying to hide in your bubble, your magic can never be seen, and no one can be saved by you. I mean, do you really think Becca only bullies you? I bet there are other kids hiding from her too.
That is the smartest thing I've ever heard. Coming from someone who defies logic.
A bus approaches.
I do really well in math. I bet I could help you. Because I think your friends would miss you too much if we got on that bus.
Are you only a math fairy? 'Cause I could use a history and science fairy too. If I don't pass this semester, I don't graduate. And if I don't graduate, I can't go to art school.
Well, lucky for you, I am a history and science fairy. Hasn't anyone ever helped you with your work before?
Well, since we're confessing our weaknesses at this bus stop, I have this bad habit of making everything a joke and ignoring all the problems. Sadly, I can't make any joke to get me out of failing my senior year, and thought it best to just escape altogether. Maybe we should just make an invisibility bubble for both of us to hide in.
I would have said yes when I first sat down, but you let your guard down when you saw me crying and became logical for a moment. You helped me realize that I'm not only hurting myself by not doing something about Becca, but I'm empowering Becca to bully others. So I guess your kryptonite is me crying, and that weakened your power of surrealism. But lucky for you, your weakness woke up my fairy and recharged my bubble. So I think we should join forces and take on our monsters together.
Touche, little fairy. Let the bus stop pact be made. You will impart some of your logic to me, and I will keep your resilience bubble charged and keep your fairy butt out of the cocoon so you can fight off the monsters around you.
It sounds like a good plan, but my problems can't be solved at a bus stop. I can't stand up to Becca. She and her friends trip and humiliate me daily. I really can't take it anymore.
Can't, huh? But have you tried talking to the teachers or counselors at your school about it?
No. I'm afraid Becca or one of her friends will see me and then things won't get better, just worse.
What if we go talk to Becca?
Are you crazy? She'll kill us.
Of course, but if I die, I don't have to take my math test. Well, maybe if she sees you have backup, she will back down.
I don't know. I really don't want things to get worse.
What if you use your art?
Scene 3. Evening at the school art show. Avery and Caroline are hanging up Caroline's painting.
This is really amazing. I can't wait to see Becca's face.
I am so nervous. I really don't want to be publicly humiliated.
If Becca says anything negative, she will be publicly humiliating herself. I see you use some of my surrealism.
Maybe I just combined our powers. Fantastical surrealism.
Students start coming in to see the art. Many stop and compliment Caroline on her artwork. Becca and Caitlin come by. Becca turns to Caroline's artwork.
What do you think?
Am I the monster?
The fairy. Always an SS.
She made you look so pretty. Isn't it amazing?
It's truly amazing. Caroline's right. We have to stick together. Right, girls? Caroline, you are such a talented artist.
Thank you.
The girls admire Caroline's painting, and they agree it is amazing. They start to leave. Becca comes back and whispers to Caroline.
Thank you. This is who I want to be. I'm sorry I didn't see your wings sooner.
Sometimes you just need a bigger picture to be clearer.
Becca heads back to her friends. Avery gives Caroline a hug. Students mill about her painting, admiring her work. Caroline finally sees her wings. End of play.
I'm Nylan.
I'm Annalicia Callow.
And I mentored Annalicia.
And I wrote the play Peanut Butter and Jelly.
So how was it working with Annalicia? Oh my gosh!
I guess just watching plays break rules inspired me within itself to make a play that breaks rules.
She is quite a bubbly and generous and ambitious person inside the room.
What play or playwright has influenced me the most as a writer? Definitely Morgan Lloyd Malcolm and Sarah Goodall.
So my final piece of advice, say more. I think you do such a great job of putting both sides of an argument on stage.
My future will consist of success, joy, and new things. I'm definitely excited for my future.
Peanut Butter and Jelly by Annalicia Callow. Raylan and Sage pretend they're on a radio show contest of Guess the Sammy while they play around with speaking with a broken British accent.
Ring, ring! This is the ultimate Guess the Sammy radio game show. Press 1 for customer service. Press 2 to place your bets on Guess the Sammy, or oprima tres para español. 2, please. Hello and welcome to Guess the Sammy. I am Miss Lynn and I'll be your host tonight. Can I hear today's rundown? All right. Tonight we have the tortilla fuego lemon pepper snatch, the tuna mega mine melt with a hint of flounder, the double BBQ bacon bunker, the cheesy delight, or the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The court is yours, Miss Thatcher.
Parts of me are leading towards the double barbecue bacon bunker, but with too much bacon and too much barbecue, there isn't enough room for the good old sesame buns. The cheesy delight sounds tempting, but what is it really without provolone? No one, and I mean no one's taste buds can make it through the fuego tortilla lemon pepper snatch. And the tuna megamine is out of the picture because, well, you know. So, I'm going to go with the peanut butter and jelly.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding! And the grand prize winner for £40,000 is Miss Sage Batcher for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich!
Oh yeah, baby! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How'd you know?
Lucky guess.
So, remind me, why are we standing in front of a deserted church right now?
I thought it would be better to meet up here than the YMCA.
But I like the Y.
Well, I don't. It smells like sweat and lost dreams. What?
I don't know, it just sounds like you're trying to avoid somebody.
I am not trying to avoid Wilson.
You are so predictable.
Says the one who eats PB&J every single day.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is that we can't just keep changing our hangout locations every time some stupid boy rejects you. He doesn't want you. Just drop him. It's that simple.
Simple is never simple. Life is supposed to be simple. You would think that everything comes easy and that everyone would be on the same page, but sadly, that's not how it works. Humans are just judgy, and honestly, I could care less whether or not Wilson likes me. That was the thought that counts, and I couldn't even get that. So, yeah, Ray, call it simple if you wish. So, you gonna let me get a bite of that, or...
Oh boy. Oh my God, look.
Oh my God. It's Wilson. Let's leave.
What? Are you kidding me? I went through a resentful grandmother on the bus to get off at this stop.
Okay, fine. Let's go inside the church.
Sage, it's an abandoned church. Like, we don't even know what's going on inside there.
Oh well, we're about to find out.
Now both of the girls are inside of the church.
She's a beaut.
That's what you want to call her?
And the paintings are so...
devastating.
I was gonna say cool.
Well, look at this one. I mean, it's a guy driving a pitchfork through a woman's heart. Her heart.
You don't know that. He could be taking it out. I mean, he could possibly be saving her life.
Saving her life? Really? How did the pitchfork get there in the first place? And, God, this crucifix. Really, like the nails in the hands and the feet and the crown of thorns adorn his head with the blood all over him. Jeez, I mean, we get it. He died for our sins and shed his blood, but do we have to show it?
For remembrance.
I think the idea is distinct enough. Oh, and what? You want me to believe this just isn't dirty faucet water?
Holy water.
Yeah, and it touched sinners every Sunday.
Somebody's baptism went south.
Well, this is why we don't deviate from the plan, Sage. Like, why couldn't we just hang out at the Y like we usually do?
Look, now that we know you're the church's #1 fan, I think we should stay.
Have I ever told you how much your devastating amount of sarcasm is just such a turnoff?
Ever since I could breathe. Now will you shut it so we could have some fun?
Okay, chipped paint coming off the walls and broken wooden chairs and dusty cobwebs? Not really my idea of fun.
Well, I have some fun.
Please, and risk getting sent to hell? Get that intoxicating stick away from me.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Your options are so limiting.
True. Truth or dare?
We both know I'm just gonna play truth or truth.
You're such a punk. What else is there to do? Pray? What? Raylin has nothing to say?
Because you're not being serious.
Sure I am. I mean, don't you want to feel like God's presence or something?
No, not really.
Why not? We could test it out. See if all of this enlightenment junk is true or not.
I don't know. It just seems a little risky. Like we're playing with fire or something.
Come on. Really think about it. If you had 1 minute of God's time, you tell me that you wouldn't ask him for anything? A new car? Fame? Money? Maybe even a new sandwich?
Oh my gosh. You can't be serious for like more than 5 seconds. No wonder you have such difficulties finding friends.
Excuse me?
You, Sage, you wear skirts as high as you get on a Saturday night. You skip class every other day, and you vandalize senior centers. But you want to come up in a church and pray?
All right, fine. I admit I'm not the best person in the world, but what do you care? The last time I checked, you couldn't even take the painting seriously. And you know what's funny? Every time your critical religious mother volunteers at the Y, you practically force me to hang out at the Bay Park playground without even asking me, which I hate, by the way, but I do it for you. The one time that I ask to hang out somewhere different, you complain with your bratty little ego.
Lord.
Lord? Interesting word choice. Okay, Miss Perfection. Since I'm not good enough to pray, you pray then.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
Is Miss Perfection hiding something?
God, can you just quit it?
I prefer not to.
Okay, fine. You want to know so bad, huh?
Is it not obvious?
Jeez. Okay, all right. I don't believe in God. There, you happy?
Wait, really?
Please don't act so surprised.
Sorry, I just thought, you never took any risks because you wanted to spread his light or something.
Okay, so what? I just must be a believer because I behave? There you go again, just making these absurd assumptions about me. You don't even believe in God, Sage.
It's complicated. I don't believe he should be my whole life or that I should worship him 24/7 and all. It's more like I know he's there and I can feel him judging me when I'm doing something wrong.
See, that's it though. It's just...
What?
It's just the paranoia of knowing that God is always watching. It's like every single thing you do, God is there.
Calm down, Ray. I don't care what God thinks of me or my questionable life decisions.
But it's the judgment.
Who cares about the judgment? I mean, after all, I deserve to be judged. And if somebody's gonna put me in my place, it might as well be God.
No, no, are you crazy? That's what they want you to think.
Who is they?
The dark side of the Bible.
Ray, what are you talking about?
There's the good sides of the Bible, the bad side, and then there's God. And like, everyone is one of God's children, and we're all just supposed to uplift one another, love, not hate, and help, not tear down. At least that's what God wants, right? But there's just this thing that holds you back. Vulnerability. Like, you pray and you just share yourself with God, hoping that he'll make you feel any better. But why do I have these misplaced replays in my head 1,000 times over and over again?
Ray.
No, wait, just let me finish. It's like you go to church and you sit down with your Bible in your hands like it's your baby, and there's the people on your right who are super cool and they tell you you're awesome and that God has a plan for your life. Then there's the people to your left. And and they shun you for showing too much skin, tell you who to love, even judge you for the music you listen to. I mean, they practically just twist and manipulate the words of God to tell you how to live your life. And the bad side of the Bible, it's not just a piece of paper. It's his people. They're like the ones that constantly judge you and promote these stereotypes. Thou shalt not make cuttings on thy body, nor tattoos on thy skin, for I am the Lord. But, you know, if they want to get a tattoo of a cross on their back, that's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's an exception. That's all it ever is with these people, just exceptions for their benefit. God is the only one who can judge me. And if I'm gonna go to church, I just don't think I should have to believe the twisted, manipulative words of this community and their pastors just so they can feel good about their exceptions. If you're with him and you feel the slightest amount of guilt, that isn't God. That's the dark side of the Bible. And if that's the case, I don't want it.
Is that why you don't go to church with your parents anymore?
Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I just want to live my life without worrying about the burden of some bothersome grandmas hovering over my shoulders every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that so much either. Listen, I'm sorry if...
It's okay, Sage.
But it's not okay. I pressed too hard.
Sage, it's fine. Really. Let's just sit here in this church and wish for the best. Maybe we can just sit here and wish for some worryless future with wonderful companions. Enough of God and trying to beg for forgiveness. Let's just sit here and talk.
Well, I'm down for that. I would like that a lot, actually. Just talking. Sweet and simple.
Like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
End of play.
Hi, my name is John Kern.
Greetings and salutations, this is Katie S. Nieves, the writer behind the play, Places Everyone a Half-Baked Play.
Katie was a real joy to work with.
One of my main inspirations, which is something I didn't realize inspired me until much later, was this show called Helluva Boss on YouTube by VivziePop. I love the dynamic of these characters, and so when I wrote my play, I subconsciously made this group who was similar in the sense that they were very dysfunctional.
It was clear that she understood the world that she had created and the backstories of all the characters. It feels like every line is taking a sip from a full cup.
What is my favorite part of the writing process? Call me biased. Call me biased. Writing that very first draft was the part that I think I'm gonna hold dearest.
She felt very open and invited me into the world that she had created.
But what about my general future? My creative career is only just beginning, and I think it looks kind of bright.
Places Everyone, a Half-Baked Play by Katie S. Nieves. Setting: an empty void that is the script.
Where are we?
It would appear to be an almost empty space.
Yes, very insightful. Wait, who are you?
Who are you?
I don't know either.
Oh, hello.
Hi?
Are you guys characters too?
What?
Characters. We are characters in a play. This is a script.
Well, that explains this space is suddenly filling up with words.
Wait, so everything that we're saying is being written right now?
It would seem so, yes.
But who's writing it?
Good question. Oh, hello, new character. Welcome to the script.
This doesn't seem like a very good script.
And what do you know about scripts? We're just characters.
Well, with the knowledge the writer has forsaken me with, I know that there are usually stage directions. Where are they?
If there's stage directions you want, stage directions you'll get.
Who are you?
We've been doing this for however much time already, and no one seems to know who we are, so why don't we stop asking?
But the script says that character's name is...
Narrator. I am the narrator. I...
Narrate the story. Yes, we know.
You're a rude one, aren't you?
Let's not fight. Narrator, would you also happen to be the writer?
Absolutely not. I was sent by the writer, just like all of you.
But why are we here? And why now?
The writer took on the task of writing a play.
We noticed that.
Do you always have to be so condescending and rude?
Well, excuse me for trying to stand out from the rest of you.
There are other drafts of this play that came before.
So we are not the first.
Obviously, you were given the name C for crying out loud, the third letter of our alphabet. Certainly, you were not the first.
And you're B, the second letter of our alphabet? And I'm A, which must mean I'm the main character.
Says who?
Says the script. If I'm the first, who's to say I'm not the star?
Narrator guy, could you please explain to Mr. Hotshot over here that he is not the star?
Well, I can't. I don't know either.
Well, that's just great. We hardly have names. There's hardly any distinction between characters except for my spice.
Is that what you're calling it?
There are hardly any stage directions to tell us what to do, and no one seems to know what's going on. Great job, writer person. You're doing excellent. Ow!
Character B suddenly hits her head on nothing.
Yeah, we noticed.
Maybe we shouldn't insult the person who has power over what happens in the story.
First of all, she made me this way. So this is plain sadism. Second, what story? Nothing's happening.
How about we ask the writer?
I don't know if you noticed, D, but this writer doesn't seem like much of a conversationalist.
Doesn't hurt to try.
I'm sorry, are we immediately forgetting that I was hit in the head with nothing?
Well, you were kind of being a...
Kind of what? Come on then, say it to my face.
I think we're not allowed to curse.
Character A tries to say,
Why are you reading the stage directions aloud?
Someone gotta do it.
That's not how it works.
Can we get back to the real issues? Why am I not allowed to swear? I assume I'm a grown person, so why can't I swear?
I mean, it's not like there's anyone watching us right now.
Everyone turns to...
Writer? Is there anything we need to do? Oh.
A folded pen.
No! Narrator, stop reading the stage directions.
You are not the boss of me.
But I am.
Who are you?
The name's Jamie. I'm the director.
Really? A man as the director?
The writer says if you keep speaking to her like that, she'll write you out.
What?
May I speak?
If you must.
As the director, I must confirm B's comment. Narrator, please stop reading the stage directions. You only read the stuff under narrator.
That's what I was doing.
D, could you read that note, please?
Oh, okay. What would you all like to do?
The laziness is impeccable.
Our very own creator gives us free will, and you call her lazy?
She didn't even write anything, and everything we do is still her doing. And on top of that, who's to say she's not writing all of this for filler?
As the main character, I'm going to say that you're being absurd, B.
You're not the main character.
Yeah, A. We dropped that topic back on page 7.
Well, then who's the main character?
Maybe it's Jamie.
What?
He's the only one with an actual name.
Well, why don't we all give ourselves names?
Are we allowed to do that?
The writer did ask us what we wanted to do.
Well, you are now all to refer to me as Veronica.
Veronica?
Yes. Is there a problem?
Well, I'm Kyle.
Kyle?
Hey, I didn't say anything about your name. Plus, what's wrong with Kyle?
Oh no, it's just the name suits you so well.
So does yours.
I know, that's why I picked it.
Oh, please stop fighting.
No. In fact, I think we ought to make this the foundation of our dynamic.
Finally, something I can agree with.
In the other news, I have decided my name is Jonathan.
Okay.
You really do look like a Jonathan.
And how does someone look like a Jonathan?
You just do.
Stella. No. Sam. No. Soraya. No.
What are you doing?
Coming up with a name. Duh.
Why do they all begin with S?
I don't know. Just feels right.
Can't argue with that logic.
We're really dedicating a whole bit just to giving them all names?
Trust the process, Jamie.
Oh, so now you side with the writer.
Shelby. I am Shelby.
Okay. We have me, Kyle, Shelby, Jonathan, and Jamie. Is that everyone?
What about D?
D?
Dex.
Dex?
Yes.
Can these speak in comprehensible sentences, please?
Their name is Dex.
Okay, now, that's everyone. But I do have one problem.
You always seem to have a problem.
No, but seriously, where's the story?
Why do I feel like that was the story?
It couldn't have been. There's literally nothing here.
The script's already past 21 pages and we're up to 22.
22 pages of nothing.
Veronica, if I were you, I'd be careful when I speak. Remember what happened last time?
Oh yeah, I remember. But the writer's upset because I'm right.
She says she's very close to dropping a comically positioned piano onto you.
Okay, now you're making this up.
Wish I was. That's one way to take care of that.
Correction. That was the best way to take care of that.
All right. Madam Playwright, give us our plot. Hello? Madam Playwright, Miss whatever your name is.
Maybe she's asleep.
Maybe she's given up.
John, is this how the other scripts went?
Absolutely not. In the first draft, we didn't even have names, or we argued the whole time. Jonathan wasn't even, no, not me. Oh, no. In the first script, we went the whole thing without names. Jamie wasn't even there. We went through the whole thing arguing until you and Shelby had a heart-to-heart, and then we all went home because our theater rehearsal was canceled.
Why does that sound better than this?
And then in the second draft, we all had names. You guys were rehearsing without me. You just got really mad all of a sudden and then started to go off on almost everyone. Then rehearsal was canceled and there was this random fourth wall break right before the end.
I don't 100% know if that's good or not.
So is this the end?
Looks that way.
But we didn't even get to do anything. She didn't even write a story or develop us as characters.
Maybe that was the point.
What point could someone possibly make with this?
Maybe the reason she gave us that note in the first place was to encourage us to choose our own path. But either we were so caught in what she might have intended that we overlooked that. In the end, we only have ourselves to blame. We will remain incomplete due to our own lack of independence.
That was deep.
And the most you've said all play.
All right, everyone. Say your goodbyes.
Goodbye. Wait, who are we saying goodbye to?
The metaphorical and maybe even literal audience who watched a bunch of actors read all this stuff.
What he said. I'm more for the writing than talking anyway.
But you didn't write any.
Goodbye, audience. Don't forget I was your favorite.
Au revoir, you amazing people. Kind of wish you could have seen more of me, but alas, the writer seems allergic.
Sayonara, everyone. A phone rings in his pocket. Oh. Must be Evelyn.
Evelyn? Who's?
See you later, all. This is just the beginning of something great.
Oh.
Oh, be quiet. You know you barely had any purpose in this whole thing.
Everyone takes a bow as the metaphorical curtain closes. End of play.
I'm Nylan.
My name is Igalis Mercedes.
I mentored Niklaus on her piece Wilting Essence.
I wrote the play Wilting Essence.
We were always trying to find just the right words through conversation.
My favorite part of this process was probably just like the crafting of characters. Most of the characters in the play that I wrote are based off of me or people that I personally know.
Yeah, it's very hard to write about the world around you that you're looking at in your living room, that you're looking at in your neighborhood, that you're looking down when you walk down the street. The poetry that lives in this piece is very special.
The most challenging part of this process was probably ending my play.
I hope you continue to share your world.
I genuinely see myself working in a theater. I definitely want playwriting and theater and business to be part of my future.
Wilting Essence by Niklaus Mercedes. Scene 1. Emma's bedroom in the Bronx, New York. Lights up on Emma, 17-year-old, first-generation immigrant, Dominican from the Bronx.
After a long, tiring day of wasting my teenage years away, cooking and cleaning for 2 children that I didn't even birth, I stay awake and write my pain and troubles away with the sway of my pen. At 2 a.m., I let my thoughts wander into the magical realms of dreams, where I ascend through a field of vibrant orange tiger lilies and view the true beauty that is Mother Nature while overlooking a radiant blue stream, a stream that stretches for miles upon miles, flowing through the eroded rocks and paths carved by the earth, feeling the fresh water call upon my name, and closing my eyes in pure delight. Receiving the love and warmth of this beautiful sight and feeling my heart let go of yesterday's worries, truly embracing the power behind my mortality. I then crush this land of enchantment and merge it with my rather distasteful reality and let it bleed. The remnant droplets of this wilted world then fall down to earth and in the present moment seep into my pen, on my sheet of paper, and into my words. My poetry is special to me. It makes every living moment a little more bearable, knowing I can look forward to writing it all down. My heart is overjoyed knowing that soon I'll get the chance to let it all out. I'll finally get to write what I love outside of these confined four walls and in the midst of the wee hours of the morning. Good night, sweet world.
Scene 2. The school day has just ended. Emma enters the creative writing classroom.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gonzalez. Isn't today just a wonderful day?
Looks like someone's in a good mood. This is the earliest a student's ever been in my class. Rose, it's good to see you.
It's great to be here, Mr. Gonzalez.
Since when are you into creative writing? I bet you're only here for the credit, aren't you?
All right, my two only students. As you already know, I'll be your after-school creative writing teacher this semester. All the work done here will count towards extra credit in your regular English classes. Each month, we'll have a theme or prompt from which we will derive inspiration from and write about.
What will this month's prompt be?
Before I get on to that, I have one question for you two. How much do you think you know about one another?
Easy. Here we have Mrs. Sloth. I mean, what even is the point of having 2 jobs at 17 and still not able to afford a decent sense of style?
If I'm a sloth, then you're literally the vanity personified. You don't know anything about me. How do you have the audacity to stand there and judge me when you're nowhere as perfect as you make yourself out to look? Stop deflecting your insecurities
It seems
onto
to me
others.
like you're the one deflecting onto me. I didn't say anything you didn't already know. I mean, if you thought that was rude, just imagine the real world. We're from the Bronx. Toughen up a little.
All right, that is enough. I let this argument play out a little too long, but now after hearing the ways in which you judge one another and your own selves, I see that the prompt that I chose for this month is exactly what we need.
Empathy?
Empathy?
Yes, empathy will be our prompt this month. You must learn what makes your peer who they are and write a poetic piece from their point of view.
Oh, I think little Miss Perfect here already thinks she knows me pretty well, Mr. Gonzalez.
And how much extra credit is this even worth?
That's all for today, ladies. Class will be cut short due to a meeting I have to attend.
Rose and Emma grab their journals and walk towards the exit at the same time. Emma realizes she left behind her pen and proceeds to turn around, bumping into Rose. Their journals fall on the floor. The girls mistakenly pick up each other's notebooks without realizing it. Rose walks into the hallway.
This is impossible. What am I even gonna write about this girl?
She looks down at her notebook and notices a pink butterfly sticker she'd never seen before.
And now I have her little diary?
She opens the journal and starts reading.
Gee, just another basic family bonding day at Emma's house. Her household possesses the basic starter kit for almost every Latin American home. Loud Spanish music that soothes the depths of your soul and makes your hips sway to a loud Spanish bass. Check. Rowdy children whose laughter fills up a room.
Emma's siblings, Matthias and Lily, uncontrollably run around the room throwing objects at one another.
Hey!
Emma chases after them with a flip-flop in her hand.
Check. And finally, a seasoned pernil accompanied by rice and beans. A classic comfort meal, famous for its unmatched seasoned flavorful taste and quick simplicity behind its creation. Check. As amazing as it truly is, sharing almost identical livelihoods to every Latin person can be a little bit annoying. I mean, would it hurt us to just switch it up a little bit? And now, a sudden knock on the door disrupts their small festivities. Emma's mother, Yolanda, opens the door up to an old white man in a business suit. They step out to talk with him and walk back into the house with a seemingly concerned look on their faces. Now, what could that be?
Mom, what happened?
This is all too familiar.
Emma, can you put your siblings to bed and come back here to me? I have something I need to talk to you about.
Rose?
We are now in Rose's small apartment.
The brat now sits there flipping through the pages of her biology textbook. I bet she carved up the pages and is secretly hiding her phone and scrolling through the feed of a celebrity tea page. Her mother, Maria, enters the room looking visibly tired. I'd be exhausted as well if I had to coexist on a daily basis with someone like Rose.
Yes, Mia, this is what I like to see. Keep studying and get the good education I never had so that you won't end up like me.
How was work, Mommy?
There was a lot of floors and office cubicles for me to scrub and clean. My back pain has been killing me all day.
Mommy, you have to stop overworking yourself. It's obviously doing more harm than good.
Mija, I do this all for you. I want to see you one day get out of the Bronx and become una mujer profesional with a career of your own and a good paying job.
I know.
Well, I'll leave you to do your work. I have to go back to work again.
But why? Haven't you had enough? Just stay here and relax. This is taking a toll on your health. Can I at least help you out?
I'm going back to work. Your educational bills aren't just going to pay themselves. You now have access to opportunities that I could only dream of when I was your age. I was a clever little girl, just like you. But when money got tight, I had to drop out and care for your aunts and uncles. I won't let the same happen to you.
Maria carefully places her hands around Rose's hands.
Look, Mija, the only thing you need to focus on right now is your schoolwork and getting to those good grades.
Okay.
Back to Emma's living room. Rose is standing downstage left observing Emma and her mom.
What's wrong? What happened?
Baby, you know how the white people have been buying buildings and businesses in our neighborhood?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Well, they have now bought our building and tripled our rent.
Tripled? That's impossible. How can they come into our homes and charge us that amount?
I know this is hard to take in, but I'll need your help now more than ever. Being a waitress used to allow me to cover some expenses, but all the extra hours and tips in the world can't make up for the expenses I'll have to cover now. You'll need to find a part-time job to help me out a little and take care of your siblings while I figure something out.
Yes, I'll help in any way that I can. May I be excused to my bedroom?
Of course, Mija. I know this is a lot to take in.
Emma runs to her bedroom.
Now I see it all the more clearly. She is as sturdy as a stargazer lily. She now runs to her room in a hurry, trying her best not to worry. While her reality seemingly wilts away, another one materializes itself within her journal. Her poetic journal, her land of alternate realities, her home and safe space, her ultimate escape. Isn't it ironic how ultimate poetry usually emerges from the ashes of dismay? While the rest of us may shy away from our troubles, our dearest Emma preserves her essence and encapsulates it all within the pieces of her work. I wish she could hear this poem and let me connect with her. Finally, connect with someone that could understand how I experience the world. And reveal to her this poem that has been brewing inside of me since the moment she let me into her life. I am astonished by her strength. And now, all my respect goes to the girl from the Bronx trying to get her bread.
Good afternoon, ladies. I want to take some time to congratulate you for your valiant efforts on your assignment. You both deserve this A+.
Maybe we can get together after school and collaborate on our next assignment?
Yes, I think that would be nice.
End of play.
Hey, my name is Nylan.
Hi, my name is Sarah Chowdhury.
I mentored Sarah on her piece, The Kingdom of Hearts.
And I wrote the play The Kingdom of Hearts. To be honest, a lot of things inspired me to write this play. The pandemic, being in quarantine, I felt trapped. For me to write a story about someone who felt the same ways I did, but just in a more interesting and exhilarating way, really helped me.
So what was Sarah's greatest strength? I must say it's her ability to build world. I just was impressed.
I enjoyed this process from beginning to end. My most favorite part is working with my mentor over my script.
I did not expect Sarah to take on such subject matter at her age.
My goals with playwriting are to continue to improve as a playwright and hopefully take on new experiences and opportunities that will allow me to further grow and develop, and maybe even use this to build a career.
The Kingdom of Hearts by Sarah F. Chowdhury. Scene 1. The scene begins in the court, the castle in Romana, where Princess Anya and Queen of Romana reside.
Daughter, I summon you to talk about an important matter. Come to the royal study at your earliest convenience. From Mother. Another try to marry me off to some prince? Who will it be this time? Permission to enter?
Permission granted. As you know, your father's passing was most unfortunate. But he left me with 3 wishes. Secure the throne with an heir, secure peace with our neighboring kingdoms, and get you married. And I have decided to hit all 3 birds with 1 stone. I have decided that you will be married to
marriage.
This is not a new concept. What is this shock I detect?
With father recently gone, isn't it a bit too soon for happy things like marriage? It hasn't even been a week. I'd like some time to grieve for Father.
Your father would want us to move on. As I was saying, you will be married to Prince Florian.
Prince Florian? We have discussed this before. I will honor Father's wishes, but on my own terms. If I am to marry, then I would like for it to be out of true love and want.
None of that. You should be grateful for the opportunity to honor your father's wishes. You are to be married to Prince Florian.
Have you proposed the marriage to Prince Florian yet?
Unfortunately not. Queen of Arum is coming today to discuss this, and she will want to meet with you before making her decision. Go prepare yourself.
Scene 2. The scene begins in Princess Anya's bedroom. Already inside the room is Princess and Felicia. Princess Anya enters.
And Felicia, mon amour.
Anya, you made it. 3 years and you still managed to sneak up on me. Come.
I missed you terribly so. My mother is onto another whim of marriage, and I'd rather talk about anything else. What are you reading?
Oh, the book you gave me, Romeo and Juliet, reminds me so much of ourselves. I remember when we met at a ball thrown by the king. You were wearing the pink lace gown, and I couldn't look anywhere else except at the most beautiful princess Angolia had ever seen.
I remember. And you wore yellow, my favorite color. And the rest, they say, is history, isn't it? I yearn to meet without having to look over my shoulder constantly. I wish we could tell our parents of our love for each other. My heart aches to pretend to be interested in Princess when my heart is written in your name only, under lock and key. You're the only thing getting me through Mother's insistence of weddings and grieving for Father.
You're my lover. Of course I'm going to be here for you. I too wish we didn't have to worry about the idea of being wed to someone else.
Anything could happen. We can still live our dream. We can't give up.
Oh, who said anything about giving up? We will live our dream one way or another. I am the rightful heir to the throne, and when I am queen, I'll rule with you. And then no one, especially our parents, will be able to tell us otherwise.
Wouldn't that be a dream come true? To be able to marry without having to worry about what other people say? It would be nice to not have to live in secret.
It would be everything. As queens of Quateria, our limits would be endless. No one can defy a queen, let alone two. I can see it so vividly. Peace between our kingdoms would be everlasting. We would officially allow same-gender marriage.
And let me guess, you would throw the biggest wedding anyone in our kingdoms, past or present, has ever seen.
Our wedding, mon chéri, would be the biggest, the grandest Angolia has ever witnessed. We'd play the song from the night we first met, light 1,000 candles, taste every single baker's cake, one for every flavor. We'd go on a honeymoon for 101 nights and have the most extravagant of parties.
Quietly, the bedroom door opens. Queen of Romana creeps into the room, and standing behind is Queen Avram. Princess Anya notices them.
Anya, don't look so confused. The first wedding of two princesses has to be the biggest celebration ever.
There will be no such celebration.
My queen.
My queen.
We are leaving this instant.
Princess Amphilesia and Queen Avram exit.
I have no words. You are in love with Queen Avram's daughter? You are very lucky that you are a princess. Otherwise, guards would be here escorting you and the Princess of Quateria off to prison. I don't know what's worse. Bearing this shame? Or the fact that you embarrassed me in front of the Queen of Quateria? And as if that wasn't a crime within itself, you continued to meet with her, despite the idea that you are to be married to Queen Avram's son. You talk about your father defending you, but he would be so disappointed to see you not only ruin our images, but tarnish his as well. Save whatever words you have. You are to be married to Prince Florian tonight, and that's final.
Scene 3. In Amphilezia's bedroom.
I knew you wouldn't be fit for the throne, falling in love with a traitorous Romanin. How could you forget my whole purpose? Create an alliance and utterly destroy every single kingdom. What in the world could you have been thinking? Oh, wait. As usual, you weren't.
Really? Need I remind you that I am the only true blood heir to the throne? If you really wanted to work your schemes, your best bet would be through me.
You will address me properly. You broke the law. You know that women are not to consort like that. You're lucky I'm not punishing you for that.
Personally, I don't think punishment matters. After all, tonight, I'm marrying your beloved Princess Anya. But don't worry, you'll be invited to the wedding. Oh. Don't be so naive. This isn't about love. This is about power. I will rule. And Princess Anya will be my subject, forever banned to see you.
Romana is our enemy until we claim it otherwise. The Queen of Romana wants to fulfill her damn husband's wishes. And she will die soon after the wedding, and she knows it too. I killed the King of Romana, and I will kill Romana's queen.
You're sick. Both of you. I don't know how I am the daughter of such evil, but it appears that I am as motherless as I am fatherless. Father would have looked out for me. I hope you fall tragically.
He's dead, and that's final. Florian will marry Princess Anya tonight, and you will forget her. You will be confined to this castle for your disrespect.
Take my title. You can't take my heart so easily.
In the bedroom of Princess Anya, she sits, facing a vanity. Princess Amphilesia enters the scene quietly climbing through a window.
Is that really you? What are you doing here?
I stole my half-brother's carriage to buy us some time before anyone finds out I'm here. I don't want to lose this. Us. I don't want to lose you.
I don't want to lose you either.
I'm no longer a princess of Quateria. You're all I have left, which is why I can't let you marry my half-brother tonight.
What do you suppose we do?
Let's leave our kingdoms and run away from here. We'll find somewhere good for us.
Leave all this? Do you realize what you're saying?
I do. It would mean giving up a lot. our titles, our power, a huge part of who we are. But that's okay.
And Felicia, this is coming out of nowhere. What happened to becoming Queen of Quateria?
For years, I lived hoping that someday the throne would be mine, despite what my mother or Florian would say. For years, and even still, my heart pursues that throne.
Leaving would be throwing your heart's wish away. What changed your mind?
You. There's nothing compared to the value that you hold in my heart, which is why I will risk anything to be with you.
We have taken risks every day for years, and I wouldn't hesitate to spend the rest of my life with you. But we are princesses. If we do this and our parents find us, then what?
A title is a title. One that comes and goes with life and death. Romeo and Juliet had their titles, but love was more important. Love is chaotic and beautiful, but there is no other love I wish to have in my heart than the love I feel when I look into your eyes.
Amph, are you absolutely certain about this?
I am. And if you come with me, we can live the vows we've written. Please run away with me.
If giving up my home and my mother means I get the only thing I ever wanted, then of course I'll run away with you. You're my soulmate, Amps. We have to hurry. Help me pack a bag before anyone comes inside.
Princess Anya races up stage right and opens the chest and pulls out 2 bags.
Amph? Amph, I thought you said no one knew you left.
Did you really think I would let Amphelicia take my carriage without me knowing? Relax. No one knows we're here. I heard Amphelicia packing her things. I hid in her carriage so I could follow her.
Say no more. If you're here to convince me otherwise, you are wasting your breath and your time. Let me guess. I presume you're going to rat on us.
On the contrary, I am here to help you escape.
After what our mother revealed, I don't trust you in the slightest bit.
At the very least, listen to me. I came here to help, and I know you have no reason to trust me, but I speak the truth. Do you really think I would risk my neck to your horrendous driving, or our mother's wrath otherwise? Forget losing a chance at the throne. I'll never hear the end of it from our mother. Anywho, I'm mainly here for myself.
Now that I can believe.
Then why didn't you object to the wedding?
For the same reason you couldn't. Mother and her goals. I had to play my part to see where I stood among all of this. We are all pieces on a very large chessboard, and I want off.
You mean you want to become king?
What good is being a pawn when you can control the pawns? But seriously, I want the throne to rid Quateria of our mother's wickedness. I have no interest in the pursuits of love. No offense.
None taken. And my mother?
She's in on it too. What better way to avenge your father? Oh, and you're missing one last thing. I'm going to kill our mother tonight. Do you not believe me? I have it all planned out. Just a few drops of this, and she'll wake up in a very different kingdom.
Always the sneaky one, weren't you, Florian?
You know it. Once I carry out my plan, I will converse with the Queen of Romana about the two of you. Perhaps she will allow your marriage. Regardless of her verdict, I give my consent on your behalf, Amphelicia. It is almost time for the wedding. We need you to go. You two will go to your usual meeting place. I'll find you and update you. Go!
Scene 5. The meeting place.
It seems we were wrong about our families. At least I don't have to marry Prince Florian. Are you all right?
I suppose so. The way Florian has treated me these years has hurt me tremendously. He could still take the throne, but I'm willing to sacrifice that throne to be with you. And who knows? Maybe I'll get both the throne and you.
Hopefully. Whatever happens, I won't have to worry.
And why is that, mon amour?
Because we'll be together, and our love is stronger than any of the people trying to keep us apart.
You're right. Where we live our dream doesn't matter, as long as we're together. Now, all we have to do is wait. And I know something we can do to pass the time until Florian comes.
Princess Amphilia leans forward toward Princess Anya, and they kiss.
I've been waiting a long time to do that.
Me too.
Well.
I don't know why these damn doors don't have locks.
Well,
I suppose you're wondering how I did it? I offered her a drink, of course. She gulped the entire thing down in one sip, glug glug, right after she fell over. I had expected all of this. It's poison. I was gonna wait for some dramatic twist, but
Okay, cut to the chase, Florian. We're kind of in the middle of something.
I played my cards well. I am, after all, a born actor. For all we know, the Queen of Quateria had a heart attack, and a new queen will be crowned whenever my sister sees fit. Though the Queen of Romana has offered my sister to rule with Princess Anya as the rulers of Romana. Looks like you have a big decision to make, sister. But I'll leave the two of you to it.
The princesses hug each other.
I can't believe it. We can finally live our happily ever after.
It's about time. I told you from the start of us, good things come to those who never give up. We never gave up on love, and now we finally have what we've wanted. I told you, darling, love conquers all kingdoms of hearts. Let's get going. I hate to see Florian look like a kicked puppy, and we have a wedding to prepare for. And perhaps a throne would be a fitting way to thank Florian.
The princesses walk hand in hand. End of play.